Welcome back, everyone, to Santa Clarita's Real Estate Beat. I'm Jason Reno with Wintrust Mortgage,
And I'm Gene Bleeker.
the Great Connector.
The great
Again.
connector. All right, so we had two great guests so far.
Agreed.
And now we've got our third batter up.
Third batter up, Mr. Bob Haas from Pinnacle Estate Properties. I've had the pleasure to work with Bob for a while now, quite a few transactions, and he's a great guy to work with, a great real estate agent.
Thanks, guys.
I like calling him Bobby. It's always been Bobby to me,
You know what? I grew up that way.
right?
You know, when you grow up redneck, that's, down home.
Yeah, I'm from Anaheim. Yeah, there it is.
So first
Sorry.
up with Bob, Bob would like to, wants to talk about today rent versus own. Obviously that's the hot topic now. Prices have gone up a little bit, interest rates are starting to go up, but really now is still a great time to buy if you're renting, correct?
It's a fantastic time. And plus, we're getting a lot of people that short sailed their homes and went into foreclosure many years ago that are now approaching that point, and they're kind of cautious and they're not sure.
Gotcha. So it's people that they had short sold, they hadn't been able to qualify for several years up
Now
until
they
now,
can.
and now they can qualify again. So now, I'm sorry, go on.
Well, when you're paying rent, what people don't realize, you get people that say that, hey, I don't want a mortgage. Well, when you're paying rent, you actually are paying a mortgage. You're just not paying your mortgage. You're
Somebody
paying
else's.
somebody else who's sitting back with a cigar, leaning on a couch going, there's my yacht. Thanks very much. The only problem is you're building equity for somebody, but they're also getting the benefit of that too. So that's a big issue.
And then what about the savings? That's obviously the big thing when you see the rent versus own. Can you elaborate a little more on the
Well,
savings?
a couple things. The first thing is it's a hedge against inflation. As inflation rises, and we're looking at inflation going up, rents will go up. As you know, as a lender, the 30-year fix, guess what doesn't change? Their housing expenses stay the same regardless. So the savings you get are the tax benefits, which you don't get when you rent. For instance, somebody paying $2,000 a month, it's not a small amount. It's $7,000 at a 30% tax bracket. So somebody doing $3,200, it's $11,000. That's half a car cost. So it's a big amount.
And with interest rates being so low right now, to get into
yeah.
a 30-year fix, yes, they're a little bit higher than they were maybe a year or so ago, but still to get into a 30-year fix at 4.5% and to have your housing expense to not change, you own the house, so you have the security of owning the house. Nobody can sell it from underneath you. Everything's secure. Your mortgage payment, your house, get a nice roof over your head. For
Well,
your
the
family.
pride of ownership is obviously one thing, but then the biggest problem we have right now is savings. How do people save? You almost have a forced savings when you own. Give you an example. You just talked about how easy it is to get in. You can have somebody who's paying $2,400 a month. Well, guess what? That's a $400,000 house. Their principal, interest, tax, and insurance is going to be about the same. The difference is they're going to have about an $8,500 a year tax savings. In addition to that, 5 years based on a modest 8.4%. Guess how much they've earned? $200,000. Nothing else they can do will do that. The other thing that people don't realize is buying a home is a leveraged investment, which means they're 3.5% down. When it goes up just, let's say, 5%, they didn't make 5% on that $400,000 house. They actually made 100% on their 3.5% down. So that's a big deal.
So the big word is equity.
Equity,
That's the
equity,
word.
equity, and securing your family's future.
Have you ever told somebody, you know what, right now is not a good time to purchase, stay where you are?
There were times I did,
Yeah.
but there's always, everybody's situation's a little different.
So you kind of sit down and you kind of give them the good and bad of the marketplace, and you'll
Yep.
make that assessment.
Exactly.
Can I ask you why you picked this topic for today?
It's a big issue. I get this conversation from people all the time. As you know, last year I worked with one of the large Wall Street investors, and we put a lot of houses in the rental market. Some of those people had no choice. They had to rent. But now a year later, thanks to the information my buddy Jason gave me,
It's a whole new ballgame.
it's a whole new ballgame.
Gotcha.
Those people don't have to wait another year. This is their year. This is their time. They're buying at the bottom of the market. They're buying at interest rates below the rate of inflation. And it's going to be a completely different ballgame.
And you'll be surprised out there, how many people don't think they can buy, and then it turns out they have a relative that's willing to help them out with the down payment. We're
Yep.
doing a lot of loans right now with non-occupying co-borrowers, so husband and wife, a couple purchasing, and their parents, a parent or parents are co-signing for them, similar to like co-signing on a car loan. We can do that with the home loans as well.
Well, I told somebody the other day, what's the matter? You don't like your relatives?
That might be a
Give them
trick
a chance.
question.
Give them a chance to make money. So,
Great information, Bob. We're running out of time though, and I know you wanted to tell us about one of your wonderful listings.
yeah, I've got a great listing. I've got a couple that are now to a point that they don't want to stay in a house anymore.
We've got about 20 seconds,
13323 East Avenue, W11, out in Pear Blossom.
Oh, good.
$250,000, a 1,600 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, plus a 1,300 square foot garage with its own bath and office. So it's just a great property, really well kept.
Bobby,
30,000 square foot lot.
You're amazing. Thank you
Thanks.
for being on the show.
Thanks,
You're
guys. Thanks for
phenomenal. We're going to take another short break, but when we come back, we have another real estate celebrity that we're going to share with you. You're watching The Real Estate Beat.